Amen.
Welcome back to the MIkiDZ Church.
Church, man. Preach, brother, preach.
MIkiDZ Podcast, episode 83. Help me out with that.
83, man.
83? All right.
Hey,
cool.
we're as fly as some of those modern day priests.
True.
You said what?
We're as fly as some of those modern day priests.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look, some of the...
Don't ask, no questions.
We might go down let's just, hey, you know what? Let's just not go down that street.
Yeah, you're all too familiar with that stream.
Why? You gotta have a
You're
brand new
down
car.
that stream.
Listen, I saw my pastor's balance sheet. I was starting to wonder.
Wait a minute. I'm donating a little too goddamn much. Shit.
My man, how much you get those for?
Shit.
Listen.
Should be asking you for a donation, motherfucker.
I found out how much the rent was at the crib. I was like, Lord.
At the crib or at the place that he worships?
No,
the crib.
The crib.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
See, and that's a whole other thing. Like, I don't want to even go down there. But I don't go there anymore. We'll just save that there.
Hey man, episode 83. How we feeling, fellas?
83. Hey, we're fresh off Clubhouse. We made our Clubhouse debut on the panel.
Sure, man.
They weren't ready.
Yeah, man. Nah, it was
we.
like
neither were we.
It was like 83 episodes wrapped up into 1 hour.
Right.
Because we were just kicking knowledge, giving nuggets.
Talking about all the shit we talk about on here.
That's exactly what I said to Sean. Sean was like, "Oh, how'd the Clubhouse go?" I said, "Man, we literally said all the shit that we say on the podcast."
Yeah, but don't say it like that because you make it seem like we're tired of saying.
No, we don't want to say. I was just we were just repeating ourselves, like you know.
Yeah, it was good. Shout out to Daz and Play and Beat Source for having us on.
Yep.
Giving us another platform to speak our minds, share our knowledge. And that's the thing, when going into that, I didn't want to say a bunch of cliche shit, even though it's like, no matter how you do it, you're going to get a cliche answer like, how do I network better? It's just like, look, man, you got to show up and give it time.
Right.
But I think we did a really good job of giving a different perspective and just giving another way of looking at it instead of the cliche stuff.
Right.
So,
you know what I will say, because the angles were right. Miki gave a very, very business-like response to everything. You know what I mean? He broke it down. If you treated your brand like a business and everything. Joe gave it a very high-class luxury, like this is how you treat it. And Rell just came in and just been the nigga. And you know what I mean? And like, I dropped the M-bomb, and you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like everybody played their role, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just in a cohesive, nice conversation that just blended so well.
We were all together. On brand.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. But yeah, shout out to Dash, shout out to Play, shout out to some of the DJs that wanted to ask questions, but I guess they lost connection. A couple of them hit us up on IG, just thanking us for spreading the good word. And the words that spread, we at church today. We at church today.
Sound like you're spitting out sunflower seeds.
He was trying to stand up,
right? Preach.
You better preach that.
Some of the DJs reached out to us on Instagram, just thanking us because they weren't able to get in on the Clubhouse. I guess their connection when it was time for. Remember, it was time for some of them to speak, and they were like. It was crickets, but they lost connection, I guess, internet or whatever the case was. But shout out to everyone that tapped in and took a listen. And if you tried to say a couple of words and you lost connection, we apologize. But I'm sure we'll do this again. And
I got to flex right quick.
Go ahead and flex,
for the pod. And there's really no other way to say this, but we are a diverse group with different ambitions, initiatives, situations. But the common goal is to just be the best at what we're doing and succeed. And I imagine all of our definition of success is happiness and freedom. Whoever's listening really needs to share this podcast with the people they love, because I don't know where else you're going to get the information you're going to get here from a business standpoint, from a DJ standpoint, and just a cultural standpoint. I think collectively we bring a lot to the table, and I feel like we are so advantageous to the regular everyday DJ who's looking to do more and expand and etc. And I feel like you guys need to share with your friends if you really love them, because we have so much to offer. And so like you're not going to DJ for, and I don't mean to really go down this rabbit hole, but you're not going to DJ forever. So what's next? And, you know, we bring that to the table on how to think beyond DJing or, you know, just elevating your DJing, whatever. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because it hit me on Clubhouse. I'm like, man, we're glowing up in this business and we are evolving. And like, I hope people are taking notes or getting the opportunity to hear us. That's it.
He hit Rell's drop. Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Trying to get flowers.
Moving on. Bird Peterson had an interesting tweet. And
Shout out, Bird.
Yeah, shout out Bird Peterson. Been a big fan since the blogging days. So he said, when the economy opens back up and EDM runs everything again, let's do everything in our power to remember how refreshing it was to be forced to play exactly what we all wanted to play for a full year without a club owner telling you to stop. RIP themed gigs. Now, when he says...
First of all, where's Bird from?
Actually don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But when he says how refreshing it was to be forced to play exactly what we all wanted, I'm assuming he means that we're playing what we want, like we're forcing ourselves to play what we want on our Twitch streams.
Okay.
So, and you know, and that brings up an interesting topic of we're hitting the hard reset button. What, and it's going to be a battle, but let's have some fun. Let's take this, let's go to the extremes with this. No answer's wrong. What can we do to create a theme gig playing music we love? What's it going to take to make that a Friday or a Saturday night every week of the month? What can we do to create that?
You're going to have to throw your own party, your own event.
Yeah, that's one way.
Yeah, I mean, that just kind of sums it up. I mean, unless you're
good
with the person that's booking you
and
running the venue.
And that's easy. And I know there are very, very few parties out there. That's easy when it's like a Thursday night, right? Or a Tuesday night.
100%.
What's it going to take to make that a Friday night? Every Friday, this is what we're doing different than any other club in the
and we're talking
on the block.
We're talking major cities, LA, New York, Miami.
Sure.
You know.
Oh, it might even be harder to do in a smaller city.
You think so?
Maybe. I haven't really given it some thought, but smaller city, you only got but a few clubs and probably way more bars than clubs.
But that's what I'm saying. If you have less competition and you're doing something different than what the rest of the people are doing in a smaller city, you're gonna. I feel like it'll be a little bit easier to draw people to your event than
true. But I know some clubs like to separate their Friday and Saturday. Saturday night's their big top 40 night, and Friday we try to force an EDM thing or even a hip hop thing. So why not make one of those a 90s night? The only thing is if you were to throw this type of party, the people that want to buy tables and spend money are the ones that want to be where the hot girls are at. And the hot girls always want to be where they're playing Saweetie and The Weeknd and Drake. You know? I think that would be the big challenge.
It's always about building up that reputation anyway. You start a party, if it's tight, people going to show up, and then it gets to that point where you can have it on any day of the week that you want. Yeah. It's any night. I don't think it matters what the theme is, really. Yeah. And before quarantine, themes was popping off anyway.
They were.
And just to jump in there, like, okay, so Bird is from Houston.
Okay.
But he also resides in LA. And then if you break down his tweet, right? He's saying an EDM runs everything again.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know what part of LA he lives in.
or the world.
or the world.
Nah.
But like, and I'm saying this respectfully. I'm not trying to like throw shade, but like, and he creates EDM, dance electronic music when he's, when you categorize him.
Okay.
And so when you really think about it and the life we were living prior to COVID.
Mm-hmm. And just to jump in, just to specify, what I'm assuming he's talking about is like the European EDM. That's shoved down your throat and you don't ask for the big drops and the heavy saw waves and you know what I mean? I think that's what he means by EDM taking over.
Okay, sure. But like he's saying taking over again. Mm-hmm. And so like there has to be a 1 before a 2. Right. So in our world, respectfully, I didn't think EDM was predominant like that. In his world, we live in two different worlds. Yeah. That's fine. that can happen for sure. LA is very separated, sometimes segregated. And so like that can happen based on what you expose yourself to. Now, what COVID would have created for him in his world is that now he's forced to see, because the DJ community and the DJ world that was successful when it came to streaming is not very large. That's a chosen few.
Yeah.
And in that chosen few, there was definitely a lot of similarities into what was successful in the formula, which was just playing shit that you like to listen to.
Yeah.
Right? That was the unique side of that. Now, when you take things back outside of streaming, all those different worlds don't really come to one successful way of doing things. EDM does their thing a certain way. It typically is very general admission, ticket sales, performance based. Mm-hmm. And then when you go down the other road, there's a lot of bottle service. There's a lot of exclusivity. There is heavy hip hop presence.
Yeah, smaller venues.
Smaller venue, right? Mm-hmm. So like that world is completely different from this world. And so although I get what he's saying, I also don't think he was exposed to the ability of us and the things that we've seen in Hollywood, LA, where I think people have always snuck in shit that they wanted to play, right? And for the most part, I don't think club owners or venues really controlled like what was played, so long as you stay within what makes sense for the club.
We are definitely in two different worlds, us and him. And I think his bookings, because he's a prestigious artist and he's got the big agent, and he's probably charging north of 10 to 20K, probably more. I don't know. But, he's going after bookings like the Grand and Dare or the Spire out in Houston, which I don't think exists anymore. But top tier bookings like that, who would still, and there's only a handful of them in the country, but they would still book guys of that magnitude in that price range. So I don't think he's been exposed to the nights where it's mostly, hip hop's been running since 2014. I say hip hop's been running the show. And even though promoters and owners don't want to promote the night as a hip hop night because they feel it's a safety issue, but that's what you're going to get when no matter what club you would do around the country. Unless it's like focused on an EDM night. But this is a tale of two different worlds. And maybe in his world, he has to battle with someone like Bauer or, where it's just like pure in your face EDM, and he doesn't get the chance to come in and do the cool shit.
Yeah. I also think hip hop DJs are cut from a different cloth, and EDM DJs ain't that creative.
Ooh. No, because they go in with their own plans.
Do we have shots?
I'm just saying, there's no real desire, and we've seen it though coming out. And I'm not saying every DJ, every EDM DJ, right, or every electronic DJ that has excelled is incapable of doing that. Guys like Laid Back Luke, guys like that have that hip hop background in their pocket.
Amazing,
Chucky, right? Like Craze can fall in line with that. The A-Track. That exists. But the guys that are used to playing those kind of spots and that in their mind think EDM runs everything.
Because they go in with their 30 songs they're going to play, and you're going to get them in that order. Like they go in program.
Yeah. So, and their version of being creative is having a song that starts at 130 BPMs and drops down to 60 for one of the most popular hip hop songs. And then they're back up in the BPMs. That's their way of impacting the audience.
Yeah.
Yo, we're scrolling for records on the spot. These guys are just going, enter, done. Like, so when he's saying something like that, I take it as like, well, you're not exposed to the rest of the world.
True.
Yeah.
And so then if that,
well, maybe it's not him, it's his agents.
With that all being said, what does RIP theme gigs mean then?
I think, the way I took it was you have a theme gig on Twitch because you're doing what you want.
Okay. So he's referring to Twitch. Got you.
That's the way I'm taking it, because I thought before COVID, themed gigs were picking up.
Yeah,
they're
100%.
not exponentially, but they were.
You were starting to see a little bit more of them.
Yeah, and theme gigs are just a way of you explaining to someone coming in why you're playing this instead of that. Like that's
you
that's
just
a real
randomly walk
way.
into the spot.
Remember when we went into yours and you forgot that you didn't update the theme of the day, and then the first thing everybody, myself included, is like, this doesn't qualify as 2000s pop, and you're playing like some 80 shit. So like it almost gets people to be like, you're like, it's kind of like, you know what you want to eat, and then you pull up and it's closed, and you're like, damn, like I had already in my head like prepared myself to have pho, but now I gotta have ramen. Ew. No disrespect to ramen.
Similar but different.
I don't like the film ramen leaves on the roof of your mouth.
There's only 2 places I eat ramen in the world, and shout out to
Top
ramen.
You stupid. Look, noodles and noodles.
Hold on. Look, I'm about to say the most controversial thing I've ever said on this podcast, but I think I've shared it with you guys in the past. Top ramen and a dash of sour cream.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah.
Dash of sour cream. Gas. And if, back in the day.
What flavor top ramen though?
Chicken.
Okay. See?
Or beef.
Got it. Oh.
Yeah. Dash of sour cream, people.
I'm not here to tell people like Bird Peterson what to do, but I will say this. Guys like Chucky said, hey, I still want to DJ a lot in the States. How can I adapt? How can I change? Hip hop. You guys want to hear hip hop all night at Tao? I would love to play hip hop all night at Tao because I have that background. I think, and then he started, and I don't know what his rate was when he started doing that, but he's still in the mix. No pun.
The fact that you could play hip hop all night at Tao is amazing.
Man.
True. But that was the evolution, right? Like when you finally, when that final chapter starts, you're like, okay, like things are changing. And it took somebody like Chucky who has that kind of like, all right, his brand is clean, it's we're capable of pushing that. And I think ultimately too, like in that world, like, I don't know how many more electronic sounding sounds can you put together at the same BPMs. Like they're not saying that there isn't people that are doing that, like creating those avenues, but I would assume it's difficult to stand out when a lot of the different sounds have already been utilized in probably millions of ways.
I think guys like Bird Peterson just need to adapt to playing everything. You can't go wrong when you have a fully mixed set.
Open format, baby.
And have the set connect with the people. Because again, if you just want to go and do what you're doing, then you're not really connecting with the people. You might be connecting with the 20 people in the front row, but you're not connecting with the wide range. Like we're all here in the club trying to make money.
Right.
So I should be helping you making money. Like Lazy Boy said, right? I'm not here to fuck shit up. Like I want to help the bottom line. So I don't understand why these guys just don't adapt to what's going. Because right before COVID hit, I felt like, and we talked about this with Sprite, we were going a little more towards open format. So where you don't have to be so hip hop heavy, and you definitely weren't doing anything EDM heavy, but you were a little bit more open. And towards the end of the night, you were probably a little bit heavier on the EDM and the bass house stuff. But still, you put all that together and you got a nice mixing pot of genres. I don't understand why these $20,000 DJs don't want to just learn something new or learn some new music. And you don't have to play the hip hop shit that's necessarily hot. I know there's a lot of hip hop shit that influences these big producers on the EDM side. Why not just hit them with some of that and then get back to doing what you're doing, or just be creative? Like I think a lot of dudes can be lazy and they just want to play the same 128 shit.
That's why they're not creative. Sorry,
you said that.
Like,
or become so dope that you can throw your own shows and festivals and you'll have 1,000 people show up that'll listen to everything you want to play.
I mean, I don't see why Bird Peterson can't go and just like make a deal with a venue for 200 people. Okay, maybe that's not like a big venue to him, but like if he still wants to be creating dope situations, like what's stopping him and his following or demographic to show up and support him in those situations? And why can't it be a themed situation? Like, what's stopping him? Like, just be creative.
It's the same thing when they put together Banana Split, right? You know what I mean? It was a small venue. It was dope ass DJs that they had. You know what I mean? Again, they could have been spinning at these venues that had thousands of people, but they wanted to do shit that they enjoy doing, and for people that want to listen to that. And just, piggybacking off what Mickey said, just put together your own shit. You know,
that was actually the one time I saw Bird Peterson was at Banana Split. It was like 2000. And
I'm sure it was probably one of his best gigs, or one of his favorite gigs, or sets, because he got to play the shit that he wanted to play, and it was for a smaller crowd that I'm sure that he's used to.
Yeah. I also think, I know he went down like a whole thing into EDM guys and Peterson, but I also think when we talked about this on Clubhouse about how to expand and networking, like if you get with a promoter that gets it and that can bring a crowd together, and he wants to do what, I'm just going to use 90s theme because that seems to be like the easy go-to for a fun party, and he gets it, and he's really good at what he does, you can create that for a Friday night and just have a 90s theme doing stuff like that. I'm thinking of Zach Bia with the H-Wood guys.
Yeah.
The H-Wood guys gave him some off nights, say, hey, here's this off night at Blind Dragon.
Yep.
If you can make it pop, great. But this is what you got. Yep. And he brought in a bunch of his friends, and they were doing things extremely unconventional. The DJs they brought in, the promoters they brought in, the household H-Wood guys were hating on the night. Look at these kids. They don't know what the hell they're doing. But Brian Toll's like, yeah, but they're bringing people in. So what you're doing is kind of archaic, and what these kids are doing is the next thing. So then they carried that over to the bigger clubs, and the kid is he's already a legend. He's like barely 21.
I mean, it helped that he was underage and all his friends were underage, and they were able to get into a venue that. Yeah. Well, then again, it was 18 and over, so it was
18 and over.
No shade,
yeah.
But you know, in some situations, but they were creating that FOMO. Like at the end of the day, it comes down to FOMO. Like if you're able to start small, right, and you're able to create that level of like, damn, like I want to get in. Like once you get that leverage, like just keep doing that long enough till everybody knows what you're doing, and then eventually grow that up. But you don't have to like sell out a 500 person venue,
fucking arenas and shit,
right? Like, and you got a team of 3 people. Like, how many people y'all know?
Yeah, we said this before, this is a very copy and paste industry. If we see a party works for this guy, if we see EDM works in Vegas, we're all gonna around the country go out and get the EDM guys and try and match the Vegas rate, and then we're gonna fail exponentially. But if we see this theme 90s party works for these guys, maybe we can try that and do that over here, and then it just becomes a snowball effect.
I mean, there's no reason we can't do a MIkiDZ Monday or something where we all DJ and rotate our homies somewhere in LA, and then just keep the venue at. I wouldn't even have an ego. Like just cool. Let's invite our closest friends and then be able to have 20 to 40 people in there. You know, post COVID, whatever. There's no reason we can't. You know what I mean? And then when somebody's in town, cool, come jump on the tables. You could literally do whatever you want. Yeah,
because when DJs travel, I was talking to Jason Craig, and I was telling him, like, not that I'm sure he knew this, but I was telling him, just try and get as many residencies as possible, like control the bookings at as many bars and clubs as possible in El Paso, because DJs want to travel. And even if it's a $200 paying gig, they just want something to do. And they will be so grateful that you gave them an opportunity to spin. And they don't even care what the bar looks like or what the club. They just want to say, I spun in this city. I'm from a different city. I spun in this city. So if you provide the opportunities for your friends to be heard, then I know they'll be grateful for. I think Kid Cut Up had a Monday night at the Dime, and he said, I'm only keeping this just so the homies have somewhere to spin when they come visit LA, and they'll make a couple bucks.
First place that popped in my head. That's exactly what it was. We would go kick it there because you would be like, oh, so-and-so's there. They said pull up. It's always family in there, and it's good music.
Yeah.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And shout out to Trace. He did have a tweet that I mean, I assume that we all kind of echo in a way, but he said something along the lines of, been seeing a lot of commentary about what music to play in the clubs once we DJs go back outside. Just play what the fuck you love. That energy would translate to your crowd. You got to give a little to read them. So read the crowd, and everything will be in balance.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, that's solid if you're an established DJ and have a good relationship with everybody that's running the party.
Indeed.
So keep that in mind. Don't go into your local bar, getting paid whatever, and then, playing whatever the fuck you want. And it's a wrap.
Do you imagine that?
Read the crowd.
I think the next wave for DJs, there's been more DJs handling bookings than I've ever seen before. I think the next wave is more DJs being part owners of a club, whether it's 5% or 1% or whatever. But a lot of owners don't want to deal with the little things that keep the club going, like booking a DJ. So they're gonna say, hey, just handle this shit. That's your 1% of owning this club.
Shit, let me do that.
Bar.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
The percent, the point.
No, the point,
Take
but
the
yeah.
point too.
But I was talking about the job, the position.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take the point. You want to give me the 1% of the
And one.
revenue?
Call it and one contracts.
And one contract.
There you go.
Foul. Anybody catch the Grammys this weekend?
Yeah, I saw
Highlights.
Yeah, I mean it was an outdoor thing, right?
I don't know.
It looked like they were out in front of the
It looked
Staples
like
Center.
outdoor, indoor.
Yeah.
Like that looked like the beer patio
It
at
was
Staples.
interesting seeing not seeing, but only hearing like 40 people clapping. For something like big that just Beyonce breaking that record.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal. Like you hear 30 people clapping. It's just like, damn, that's weird.
Man.
And Jay was the loudest.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, so she broke Quincy's record, right? After she got her second one. She tied it for the most Grammys for a black woman. Or she had the most for a black woman.
She had the most for the black woman when she got the first one.
And then
she tied for the most. And then when she won the second one, she beat Quincy. Right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I don't think she beat Quincy.
I don't think.
No,
Quincy has like 31, right? And she has
I want to
29.
say she tied first, and then she broke for most of a women singer.
Got
is what
you.
they're saying.
Got you.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, huge milestone.
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's look. Nas got one. So even then, Nas still got.
Yeah.
So
Jay still found a way to outshine Nas.
Speaking of Nas, and congratulations to Nas.
Big shout out to Nas.
He definitely, it was well deserved. It was well deserved over the only person that I would have imagined being him was Freddie Gibbs, but.
Well, hold on. Did he get the Grammy? Did he deserve the Grammy because that album was the best, or did he deserve it because it's been overdue?
Both.
So my thing is, I think he won. I believe he won it because it's deserved. Those two albums were by far the top albums of that year. That's in my opinion.
You listen to more.
I listen to Freddie Gibbs' album more, of course, but
he ain't on the Grammy panel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, but what I'm saying is, if someone said. If you and I were talking, if we were on the Grammy panel, exactly, and you said, I believe Nas with it, okay, I'm not arguing with you with that. Yeah. If you said anyone else, get the fuck out of here. We got a problem.
Wait, who else was nominated?
Doesn't matter. No,
right now. You get it. But come on, save off.
That was another thing. You. People were saying, well, it was well overdue, and I was like, what? With all due respect,
there it is.
With all due respect, what did Nas put out that deserved a Grammy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In his career. And
Illmatic.
Wait, who do you go?
But was the Grammy even acknowledging hip hop acts like that? What was the one at that time?
When he came back with his beef, Got Myself a Gun. What album was that? That could have been nominated.
The song or the album?
That album could have been nominated.
What album? That wasn't Godson, right?
I think it was Godson.
Was it Godson? I Got Myself a Gun. I can't remember what album that was.
That was. I think that was Stillmatic.
No,
that was. I think
Stillmatic came out before that.
Yeah, I think still the album came out before that song came out, I believe.
Yeah. But regardless, I can only think of
there's nothing that again, Nas is an amazing artist. What he's done for hip hop is, beyond what we could express verbally. But Grammy speaking wise, what has Nas put out that we could argue that what you call it?
So it was Royce da 5'9", The Allegory, King's Disease, Nas. Written Testimony, Jay Electronica featuring Jay-Z. And then Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. And then D-Smoke. I don't know.
That was it?
Man, shout out D-Smoke, but you shouldn't even been on there, bro.
Okay, agreed. I'm in agreement with everything you said.
Okay.
Now, for the sake of the conversation, the best rap album in 1995, which would have been the year that Illmatic would have qualified for, it came out in 94.
Mm-hmm.
So was presented to Naughty by Nature. So can you make the argument that Illmatic deserved an award over?
Which Naughty by Nature album was it?
Let's take a look for you.
I don't know if the world was ready for Illmatic.
And that's my point that I was going to bring, because Naughty by Nature was a little bit more
on the pop side.
On the pop side, commercial, mainstream stuff, while guys like Nas, Mobb Deep, all those guys coming up were more on the street aspect. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Grammys weren't even acknowledged hip hop, wasn't acknowledging rap, I should say, not hip hop, but
on a street
rap
level,
on a street level as they are today.
And also, you can give Tyler the Creator a Grammy in 2020 or whatever, post 2015 for best rap album, but you couldn't, because you understand what rap is now, and you understand how these youngsters are shining very early.
Yeah, definitely.
You couldn't
evolved.
do that in 95. No. The committee wasn't ready, and they weren't aware. They probably weren't even aware of a Nas in 95. So just to shoot the committee some bail, it just wasn't ready at that time.
They shouldn't have had a hip hop category.
So check this out. I think this is what it is. I could be mistaken here, but it looks like the first ever time the Grammys even gave a best rap album.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, he got the first hip hop.
And it wasn't
Grammy.
even aired. It was just, hey, you just won.
But what year?
It was one in
like 89 or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was like
incorrect. That might have been the first rap album to win a Grammy, but it wasn't the first time the category existed. Mm-hmm. The category was added in 1995.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they're saying, like, you know how you get the major categories, best album of the year, blah, 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 and they present that on the show. It wasn't part of that segment. It was the ones. No, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying prior to the 95 with them acknowledging it, probably on stage, like, here's the presenter to present.
It didn't even exist.
Yeah.
96. No, it wasn't even, it just didn't exist.
So what did Will
96
Smith win?
was the first year that in 1995 they introduced the category best rap album.
So going back to my point of, they didn't even acknowledge hip hop artists back then when Nas put out Illmatic.
Right.
Hip hop is the most important,
because Naughty by Nature, Poverty's Paradise,
it needs to be on TV.
Won the first.
The award needs to be on best rap album. Needs to be on TV.
Best rap album, the first ever time it was awarded was in 1996 to Naughty by Nature, Poverty's Paradise. Against Tupac's Me Against the World, Bone Thugs' 1999 Eternal, Old Dirty Bastards, Return to the 36 Chambers, and Skilo, I Wish.
Fucking Skilo, bro.
The album?
Damn, the album?
Yeah. Skilo.
But then you gotta
Skilo got on the nominees with one song.
That's why the Source Awards existed. That's why the Source Awards existed. That's why the Soul Train Awards existed.
They won the best rap performance. Yeah, February 1989. But they didn't go because obviously they were going to air
best rap performance, but you don't want to get. I don't know.
Yeah,
the white people, man.
Grammys is a mess.
Listen, but shout out to all the people that won. You know, a lot of stuff. Shout out to K Tronada. K Tronada won 2 Grammys. K Tronada was the first black EDM electronic dance person to win. He was the first black person to win that category.
Yeah.
So shout out to him, well deserved, because that man's albums, his music in general is fucking amazing, timeless music. I think 20 years from now, we're still gonna be our generation will still be listening to K Tronada. What else? Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She won 3? She won
so
Best New Artist.
There's controversy behind the best rap song, her and Beyonce.
Yeah, come on, Beyonce. Like, I get it.
Beyonce wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, but
look at her like,
Beyonce's on it.
I guess.
Beyonce's on it.
And it was a huge record.
It was a huge record. And Beyonce's on it. So, like, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? And what was the other one she won?
The one blue?
No, not Beyonce. Megan. Megan won 3, right?
I think she won
Best
2.
New Artist, I think.
Best New Artist.
Yeah.
Best, it was,
hip-hop
rap
duo
best rap song or whatever. I thought it was 3. Because Beyonce won 2, K Tronada won 2, Nas won 1, and I thought Megan Thee Stallion was the one that got 3.
Rap performance, rap song, and new artist.
Yep, there it is. So yeah, congratulations to them, man. That, like, black people cleaned up on the Grammys this year.
Billie Eilish went on to receive the record of the year, and she gave her flowers to Megan.
Yeah.
Like
Dua Lipa.
Lipa.
Oh, you know,
Lipa?
I purposely fuck her name up.
Right.
Joe, you got something to say about Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa.
Did you see her perform, Sean?
No, we
I
didn't.
didn't.
Did you see her before?
I did.
I know you did.
I told you off mic. She looks flawless, and I need to see her. Like every picture looks flawless, so I need to see her in person. Yeah.
She's gonna look flawless in person, I'm sure.
And then I discovered she has an accent. Like I think she's British.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did I do it for you?
It was different. I wasn't ready for it, so I was like, oh, okay. You continue to wow me.
Babe. And you know you can't have a Grammys without Taylor Swift. T Sweezy.
You know why he's speaking so
Sweezy.
You know why he's speaking so confidently? He edits his audio. So
Hey, babe, around the 40-minute mark, you beeped yourself. What'd you say? I want to be in with the guys.
He's gonna be like, something that
hey, Sean,
he said we can't
you
say.
see the edits being said later? It says 40-minute mark.
You know what I got? Yeah.
Right. What's this 2 minutes he deleted?
I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited for Silk Sonic music. The performance was smooth. Those guys are smooth, baby. Butter.
Whoever's idea it was for these two to collab with each other
man.
deserves a fucking holiday, an award, or whatever you want to give this person.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was
Could've
them
been
two.
them.
Yeah. Then they need another award on top of what the music that they about to put out, because
They're too smooth. Bruno Mars
people,
can't do
if you
anything
about
wrong.
to put music out this summer, you in trouble, because
Do you think they purposely like sought each other out because they wouldn't look like off balance from height?
you stupid nigga.
I think isn't Anderson Paak? Isn't he Filipino too?
He's
Yeah.
mixed.
He's black and Asian.
That's the
yeah.
correlation.
Pinoy connection.
Shout out to
Right.
Ontario. Oxnard.
They ate some adobo together and they were like,
Yeah.
let's cut this album.
Yo, I can't wait for that project, man. And I hope it's not the only one they put out.
Right.
I hope they continue doing it.
Yeah, run that back
Yeah.
over and over. And over.
I'm excited for this. Drake, I know your shit's gonna be amazing, but you got some competition ahead of you, man. Shout out to Drake. Speaking of that,
Top 3 on
top
100.
3
It's
ever.
craziness.
No one's ever
The
done
boy
that.
can't do anything wrong.
Un, dos,
He
tres.
can't miss.
Right.
Literally
Damn.
cannot do anything.
You can't
wrong.
hate Drake,
I
man.
saw 2 Chainz post because I guess Drake got a cake with his top 3 placement,
Mm-hmm.
and then Chain said, "Man, I wonder what would happen if he would have put out a 4th record."
That's a good question.
Put a little 5 EP together.
So Sonic's like, I don't want to know what would have happened.
Yeah.
Because we got number 4 on that list.
Jeez.
Gotta be able to take number 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so shout out to Drake, number 3, or top 3 spots. It was top 100,
at
right?
once,
At once,
Yeah.
man.
Watch
One, two.
Drake
What was
be
the-
on the Silk Sonic album.
I'm sick.
What would that sound like?
Well, yeah. What would that sound like?
Hey,
I mean, I'm sure he'll figure it out, but I can't hear it right
Flame.
You think so?
That flame.
Guaranteed.
now. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll find a way.
I mean, we've seen
To
him in
make
a
it work.
fro. We've seen him in the music video.
Trying to tell you.
With
He's
the
gonna come
Migos.
in. He's gonna come in like
At least a cameo in a video or something.
he's gonna come out like the baby in the Dua Lipa song.
Humping everything.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Baby just humps everything.
Oh
Anyway.
man.
Yeah. But what Mickey, tell us what's going on with your Belly Buckets account. Someone went viral.
Listen, sometimes lightning strikes.
Yeah.
And as of today, me and Sean were just talking
Should put
about
this
it.
video on.
Sean is an honorable.
Slim belly.
He's a slim belly, but he's part of the
Slim
crew.
belly.
And he I think we're finally putting one of your posts up this week.
Hello.
But
You
to
gonna get
introduce
your
you.
highlights up?
Yeah, but the thing that's quite amazing about this is there's this video. You know what? We'll just play it in the here. But the point is, about a week ago,
About a week ago.
He got his
I
hat back
counted
too.
on that. We had about 600 to 700 followers, I think. Which, when we first announced Belly Buckets, I guess this is a good time to just talk about it real quick. But I created Belly Buckets, the term, because I was playing a lot of basketball. The place that we used to go play basketball had a great, I wouldn't even call it security system camera, but they had these cameras set up for like parents to be able to watch their kids from across the country through an app. Anyway, you could record the highlight or any plays or whatever. And so because of that, I would get a lot of highlights from playing ball. And so I started posting them on my Instagram, and then it turned into like this whole term because, I'm a husky hooper, I'm a belly bucket. And so like belly buckets just kind of caught on, and it was just a hashtag. And they're, you know what, let me just like at least corner the handle and got at Belly Buckets, and then we launched this movement, which is basically empowering those that might not be in the best shape, right? And so being able to give people some confidence, and that kid that didn't want to take his shirt off when he wanted to go in the pool, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, Belly Buckets, I'm doing a bunch of different things. Shout out to Chris, Cash Tell him. He's been running the account.
Going crazy.
And and we've been like kind of, jointly feeding like each other highlights from what we see on the internet. And we just happened to run into this guy, Mac. I am Mac 07. He is from
Midwest, right?
Midwest.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chicago, but I'm not sure.
Somewhere
But
in the Midwest.
he does a great job editing his own videos, and he goes out there and he does funny shit.
Who's shooting for him?
That's a great question. I think he just sets it up and then he points it in the direction of wherever he's going. And so, but like post edit, his shit's dope. And so he had this video he put out, which I don't even think he posted on his personal account. He literally gave it to us. And we've been establishing a relationship with Husky Hoopers across the country that they've been sending us stuff.
Worldwide.
Yeah. And so we posted this video of him like literally hooping with people and being polite. So like he'd be like making a move, and as soon as he blows by them, he's like, excuse me. He's like, and he like when he like steals the ball, he was like, oh, you're so nice to give me the ball. Like, and so I think we put the caption, is he the nicest hooper? And then I don't know if it was just like a combination of caption and video and like people sharing, but like which I can't even see those analytics. But what I do know is we had 600 to 700 followers, and then that video now has 1.2 million views. As of like
Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day.
Right before the pod.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Yes.
Shout out to Pat. And so 1.2 million views, and I think 92,000 likes the last I checked. And we went from 600 to 700 followers to we just crossed 5,200 before this pod. And a lot of that movement happened in the last 3 days. Like I turned off my notifications. I think this will last like a day.
What's his name again?
I am Mac 07. But if you go to Belly Buckets, we just announced him as like, so we recruited him onto our Belly Buckets team. So we're
Get that man a plaque.
Yeah, no, I already said he's Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
already. So we're building our team, and it's crazy because the other thing that created is not only a bunch of people that followed us, but it created a lot of people who are like, can I get put onto the team? Can I be a part of the movement? What can I do?
That's dope.
And so eventually, we will have a belly pod. We will have a Belly Buckets League, the BBL.
Nice. It's gonna be a traveling team.
Look out, Ice Cube.
It will be the BBL. And then we hope to also have I don't know, belly bloopers. We could go anywhere with this.
Yeah, sky's the limit, baby.
The belly's the limit. You know what I mean? So,
no, belly's not the limit. Let's be
How
honest.
big as your belly can stretch.
and it's just all good timing, right? Like shout out to our boy KJ Allen. He was featured in Last Chance U on Netflix.
Yeah.
In case you haven't seen that. And
we definitely watched that shit.
I think they were like the second most popular Netflix doc at the moment, or just show, period. And KJ's been blowing up from his stuff, and he's been a part of the crew since day one. And so, it's pretty much 8 episodes of KJ being an amazing basketball player. So,
oh my goodness,
definitely go check that out. He
was quiet.
Oh, he's the nicest kid in the world, and that's how he is.
He was just quiet during the whole show, like
effortless.
It was just effortless. He didn't cause no issues with nobody. Just like,
Listen.
And I'm like, damn. So
he
everything he gets, he deserves. Bro.
Shout out to Mario, because I'm gonna feel bad if I don't shout him out, even though we give him a tough time, because he's like the most thirsty of the whole squad. But I met these guys because Mario DM'd me on Snapchat, which is probably the most creepiest app of all the ones that I still use. And he just invited me to go hoop, and that's how I met Chris, aka Cash, and that's how I met KJ. And they introduced KJ to me as the #1 JUCO player in the country. And I'm looking at him like,
yeah, right.
How?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, things have changed since I was playing ball. and then on top of that, he's playing, and I'm thinking like, Like, I guess this is JUCO. Like, just being a dick.
Yeah.
And then, and then he just switch. And it's just like, oh, dear God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me not fuck with this guy.
Bro.
Because then when he was like dunking, oh my God. Yeah. Anyway.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. It's like when we used to see DJ play with Kawhi.
Yeah.
You can see Kawhi. You see the difference. You see that it factor, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
KJ, same thing. You just got it. You just got it.
Speaking of DJ, I feel like, around when he was still interested in playing basketball, college, pre-college, post-college, I felt like every time we played him, we were only getting 80% of him, and he was still
dialing it back for y'all.
still just dominating.
I'm gonna say even less because
probably even less. Yeah,
because KJ was like, I was like, hey, bro, like, all right. So now that I've seen a flash of what you really do, like, what are you really giving us out there when you're playing with us?
yeah.
Dude, maybe 25%,
Barely.
maybe.
But I
I'm
hate
not
those
jeopardizing
guys.
my career.
Like when I used to play at 24-hour, you'd have guys that were incredible, and they were way better than what was on the court, but probably not pro material. And they would just walk up and down the court, and you'd be like, "Yo, play some defense," or "Yo, get involved." But it's like, why would they put out that extra effort? Because as soon as they get the ball, they're just gonna kill.
Exactly.
And but you want him on your team,
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't play defense, And he's like,
Liability, man.
Listen.
everything is just effortless.
Hey, Joe, you're the one. You tell people at 24-hour fitness to get back on D.
Like, oh, man, come on, let's go. I'm picking up your guy every time.
That's just a funny picture.
Yeah, you don't want to be that
because
guy.
some guy. No, I'm giving him shit, but like the reality is, I'm totally with him. I'm totally with him. But when you're the guy on the side and you look at that, you're like,
chill,
or you're the one that being told to get back on D. You're like,
how many buckets you got?
Exactly.
I'm keeping this shit together. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm the vocal leader.
Oh, so I'm the only one that cares. I don't hunt next.
Is that cacti?
Nah, man.
Which
This is
is-
regular.
ain't no
See,
one's
I
had
asked the
cacti.
same thing. I was trying to go get us some right before the show.
Use some. You're trying to get y'all some.
You gonna taste it for the pot?
No, fuck that shit.
You had the Happy Meal. That's way worse.
I had like 2 bites of the Happy Meal.
That's sparkling water.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling malt.
Man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got more alcohol in
It
it
wasn't
than
a
the
Happy
other,
Meal, though.
the other shit.
I mean, basically.
Oh, so you could get
Yeah.
it's
It
lit.
is death in between 2 buns.
We'll have some cacti next time. Me and
There you go.
Rell and
I
Sean.
haven't tried it, but fuck it.
Let's finish a case.
Yeah,
Whoa.
let's go.
We still haven't had
We
our
gotta do the drink
pod.
Yeah, we gotta do the drunk pot. Now that Sean's here, we can do it with Sean.
Okay, we'll do a drunk pod if we get 10 people to share this on their stories.
Yeah.
This moment.
Okay.
All right.
10 people.
It's late in the pod too, so we'll see who
I know.
really listens.
This is really favorable for us.
Yeah.
The odds are in our favor.
No, we want them to share.
I'm gonna say Sophie, Nom, and Andre are good for it. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Nitro.
see. And
Shout out to Nitro. He's good.
Nitro.
for it.
We know our loyals.
Yo, shout out to Nitro.
Shout out to
man.
our loyals, man.
Nitro,
Yeah,
not only
shout out to Andre.
Nitro
905.
shows up. He listens to the podcast. He listens to the radio show. He listens to our stream. Like every time we stream, he types in, yo.
He was in the clubhouse.
Yeah, he was in the clubhouse. Like, yo. So shout out to the loyal fans, man. We
Sophie
appreciate
was the
y'all.
only one to be like, hey,
When y'all coming
Where's
back?
the pod?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, "Where's the pod?"
Jason
at?
Craig too. Shout out
Yeah.
Jason Craig. He was
Oh,
asking,
so
he's like,
Jason
yo,
Craig
y'all
over
need to
here.
get back because I'm going crazy over here.
Man. So yeah, shout out to those guys, man.
anyway,
One more thing. The how's the lifestyle program selling?
it did really well.
Yeah.
It is
feedback.
no longer available.
Woo!
Did you cop something, Joe?
I got the. Did I cuss? I was the first person to get.
Oh yeah,
something.
that's right. We did talk about that. You did cop
I'm holding
something.
that.
Yeah, no, Rell got. I got your care package.
Woo!
So we're good.
Because I was online the other day trying to like, all right, I'm gonna cop. Sold out. These motherfuckers.
Yep.
So I was like, but cool. Thank you, sir. Cool. But I still want to, whenever restock or whatever, I still want to support.
Yeah. No, when we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
absolutely.
next, you know.
What's the next lineup? We need another model.
I got
come,
you, bro.
come talk to me. You know,
Lots of
Ready.
good feedback.
available.
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
They were like, damn, we should have been had Rell in this shit. They got shorts, man. I got my new leg tattoo, so talk to me. Come on, man, I'm out here.
Just out here trying to show some skin, huh?
Hey, listen, just a little bit. Hey, what's up, girl?
It's like that girl posts her first couple model pics and get a couple likes. You're like, oh, Let me do this some more.
I'm trying to tell you.
I like this attention.
Boost the ego a little bit, yeah.
Man.
Confident.
I had to argue with my girl. She posted a pic in a bikini.
Oh, yeah, you should shut that shit down.
I'm like, for what?
Shut it down.
Shut it. Do that for?
Shut it down. Why? Why are you posting it? Are they paying you to post it? Take it down.
Right.
This is my thing. Hey,
but she had a good point.
Funny story that happened to me on Monday.
Yeah.
I did Snapback stream on Monday.
Lunch tables.
Shout out to Snapback. Shout out to Snapback Lunch Tables. They have a DJ every day of the week.
Is it lunch tables?
It's Lunch Table.
Okay.
They have a DJ every day, or I think Monday through Friday at noon. Bro, middle of my set, laptop crashed 3 times.
Whoa.
Yo.
What?
3 times.
Welcome back.
Right?
So I didn't tune in for that bullshit.
It was like, yo, this nigga. So my laptop crashed, and I think it was like a graphics card. It was like a graphics card issue or some shit like that I had to.
Mickey
Pause.
War. Mickey War.
And so I'm on there, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You know, like the screen was glitching, and I knew it was about to happen. I was like, fuck, yo. And I was texting my boy. I'm like, yo, my laptop's about to crash. Just give you a heads up. And he was like, all right. So it crashed the first time. Boom. Yo, shout out to Snapback's loyalty, the fans, because they're fucking loyal.
Yeah.
They sat on there. There was what?
And then you played loyal.
100. Man, I should have, but
Could play Kendrick's
what you could. It was what 120, 130 people in it. Yeah,
almost,
something like that.
They had a nice little
Yeah,
turnout.
they got a stupid following, and they stayed in that bitch. I thought I was gonna look in there, and the numbers were just gonna drop because they were like, "What is this fool doing?" But I was in there. Not only did they stay, they completed a hype train with no music playing.
Wow.
I had no music. I was just talking to them. I was like, "Listen, this shit happens." Sorry, I was like, "My bad. This shit happens. I don't know what to tell y'all." Got it back up, was able to rock for like, what, another maybe like 7
minutes?
Yeah, 7 to 10 minutes. But I was burning through tracks, right? Boom, 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 boom. Happened again. I was like, fuck, got it up, played 2 more tracks, did it again. I was like, all right, that's it. Like,
Sounds like a sex story.
yeah, man, listen.
Baby, I don't know what to tell you. This never happened to me.
before.
Never happened to me.
Twice.
But
I drank
It was-
too much tonight.
it was funny.
It's crazy because you're so hot. You know?
It was
You're
funny
so
because
bad.
at first I wasn't tripping about it. Like when it happened the first time, I was like, yo, this shit happens. You know what I mean? I'm talking to them and I'm like, yo, I appreciate you guys' patience. This type of shit happens. You know, I'm rebooting the laptop. You know, most people fold under this type of, pressure and in this situation. And then the shit happened again. And then I was like, oh man. And then it happened again. I was like, yo, just raid somebody. And then they were like, all right, we're gonna raid somebody, blah, blah, blah. But they were mad cool. Everyone was extremely supportive. They were mad cool about it. They were like, yo, we're gonna get you back on again because you were going to work.
Yeah.
And we're upset that we didn't get to finish the set or whatever. So it was, immediately got my shit, took it off, backed my shit up. Because I was like, damn, I haven't done my shit in like 2 months. So backed my laptop up, got it going or whatever, and then did hit the YouTube University, and did some things or whatever. And I've been fucking with it the last 2 days.
Cleveland, what am I doing wrong?
Listen, he was in the chat. I was like, hey, yo, Cleveland, I'm about to call you.
Just come over.
Terry, you getting the phone call. He was like, man, you already know. But I went in there and I haven't had any issues yet, but we're gonna find out. I got a gig. I got a gig and a stream Friday. So we're gonna find out if it works or not. So
I'm gonna just give a word of advice to any DJs out there that, might want to be prepared.
yeah, 100%.
Have a comedy skit
Yeah.
to perform.
Listen, have something.
You gotta be ready.
Have something, man. Have something because I definitely blinked. Like I had in my mind what I was gonna say and talk about if it happened again. But then when it happened,
You didn't expect it to happen 7 minutes later.
I didn't expect it to happen that fast. I was like, it's gonna happen again, but it's gonna be like 15, 20 minutes,
Right.
and it's gonna probably be towards the end of my set anyways, because my set was only an hour and a half or whatever. So I was like, it's gonna be towards the end. So if it happens again, then I know what I'm gonna say or whatever, blah blah blah. And I take my time doing it. That shit happened again. I said, whoa, wait a minute, motherfucker! Like premature shit. Oh shit, baby, this never happened. I was like, oh shit.
Gotta back up.
You panic.
Back up.
Yeah, shout out to those guys, man. Snapback, you guys are amazing. And back up your laptops. Be prepared. I had 2 setups there. I was gonna go for my wife's laptop, but she wasn't home and she had her laptop on her. And I said, "What the fuck?" You
didn't know her password?
No. She had her laptop on her.
Oh,
she wasn't home.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, "Why the fuck you have your laptop on you?" Like, I was mad at her for taking her laptop.
What the fuck you doing?
What the fuck you doing? You left me out here stranded. But
like she predicted it.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm sorry." I said, "Did you use your laptop?" She was like, "No, but exactly. You should have left it home."
Yeah.
But
what's wrong with her, man? You still want to be married to her? Right? You still want to be married to her?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna be married to her. That's just a little small mistake.
No, man, there's some questions.
She learned from it. You know,
I got some unanswered questions.
She learned from it. Listen.
Just have your old laptop in a glass frame and then like break in case of emergency.
It got break shit around here. You just put it off to the side.
It made me think about it because we get so spoiled. You know what I mean? We get so comfortable. I don't want to say spoiled. We get comfortable to the point where we'll do multiple gigs, and let's say we're outside pre-COVID, and we plug in. Our shit works fine. Our sets are 2 hours long max. Sometimes 3, depending on what the gig is. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll pull up my shit's at 100%. I don't need a charger. Whatever.
Yep.
You start getting a little too comfortable, and you're like,
cocky with
and then shit happens, and you're like, oh, nothing like this has happened to me in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Am I prepared for it?
Right.
If I'm on CDJs, do I have a thumb drive with a couple of mixes loaded up? You know what I'm saying? Do I have like X, Y, and Z ready to go? Do I have a fucking Y cable that I need? Remember the old school shit? Y cable to plug in and play music off your phone.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how come a thumb drive song never hits the same like when you're playing?
Hey, right?
Because you don't introduce it properly. Because it's never introduced.
I want to know why.
This is like
because
why it feels so bland? Anybody?
Because it's so. I was just literally just thinking about that, and I was thinking about like because Tao always had that thumb drive ready to go, and it was like Nelly was queued up or something. And I'm thinking the way I think I would want to react is laptop crashes. And I say, "Yo, how y'all doing?" Just jump on it, like, "Man, hope y'all feeling good. If you feel, if you're feeling hot in here, make some noise." And then boom, you drop Nelly. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way you can do it for something that's a fucking train wreck.
But you don't know the thing. I think the thing is though, like, you have to be so balanced in your reaction.
Yeah, you just got to be
like,
quick.
If it's something you didn't expect, like, I think it's hard to regroup in the moment.
Sure.
And do that kind of like a fly. But it's always some bullshit track. You gotta like you're just trying to play.
10 seconds of dead air seems like an eternity, and you're like, play a song just to kind of what you call it. But
and then if the sound guy prepares the fucking CD track, it's probably the hottest record in the country.
Yeah,
he's just gonna blow through
anything works at that.
Let me ask you this: on you guys' thumb drive, like you have your thumb drive or whatever, and it obviously probably has the Serato tone on it, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have just tracks, or do you guys have like mini mixes, like two like 3-4 song mixes on there that are about like 12 to 15
I mean, it'd probably be better to have mini mixes
on there, right? So that's what I was thinking. Normally I just have tracks on mine.
Actually, right? I think I had some Pitbull mixes.
I have both.
Do you? Yeah, I usually just have tracks on mine, and I thought about it, and I'm like, yo, because I thought about how I clone my hard drive.
Yep.
So let's say this situation happens and my fucking laptop is just done.
Yeah.
And then another DJ's there or someone I can use their laptop and just boot it up as my own. And I thought about that situation that happened with you at Lloyd that time.
Yep.
So I was just like, damn, if I would need I need more than 3 to 5 minutes to boot this up. Yep. So it's like, am I gonna sit there and just stop and play, 4 or 5 tracks? It's like, maybe I should make a couple of mixes that are about 10 to 12 minutes long.
Yeah, 10, 15.
10 to 15 minutes long. That way I can just play play a nice, cool little mix, and then it'll just.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
And they work as bathroom mixes too.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Nitrain does that. But not for the purpose of bathrooms, but power mixes. Like he will literally play a power mix for like 5 to 10 minutes in the middle of his set, and
go to attend to some shit that he needs to attend to?
just because he was gonna do that same pattern and routine regardless. So why don't I just I can go and think about what else I want to do.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Like, why not? If you have that capability of, why not just do that?
Yeah, make multiple ones, man.
How many times have we played for the same shit every weekend? You know what I mean? Because it works, not because we're lazy, but because I know this shit's gonna go off.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Harder.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sean, when was the last time you went limp with a naked girl that you were trying to smash?
Whoa.
And this is where the other podcast started.
This is where we going?
Well, we were talking about Rell being limp and all that.
No, we were not talking about me being limp. Nigga, what?
We were talking about not being able to get it up, right?
It was a reference. It was a reference.
I mean, to answer your question, it's never happened.
Never happened.
Never.
You just like drunk.
I swear,
high,
never
nothing.
happened. Never happened.
Limp? No. It never happens to me. When I'm trying to smash a chick, never happened. No. You know what's funny? Speaking of that, and speaking of saying borderline funny stuff, you guys see what Doc Rivers said about Ben Simmons?
Wait, look, just because nobody's going to admit to that problem, I'm going to just go ahead and...
I mean,
it happened to me one time.
Okay. I mean, it happens.
I was nervous.
Now, listen, did I finish faster than I expected? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not your fault.
That's definitely happened.
That's not your fault.
I don't know what happened, baby.
Hey, you so fine, baby. You know, I just
shit. Listen.
The only thing I feel bad about that situation, the situation you presented, is that like they feel insecure about themselves.
Right.
Oh, if you're flaccid.
Yes.
Gotcha.
She's like, oh, I'm ugly. Right.
Yeah, they feel like, oh, like I don't have any makeup
you're
on.
not
And you
attracted
sat
to
there
me.
telling her she's the most beautiful girl without her makeup on. And then you're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
oh, is it because of that? And I was just like, fuck.
You guys hear the term like whiskey dick or whatever. Like I never understood what that meant. Because I was like, yo, when I'm drunk, nigga, I'm like a rocket.
DJ Rell.
that happened. The limp situation happened to me once, and I'll give you a little backstory. There was a trainer at New Mexico State that was so gorgeous, and she was just.
Oh, so you did try to smash a girl in college?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I tried. It just didn't work out.
That makes so. Why did you say that from the rip? You never told us that.
No, yeah, of course I tried. It's just the girls like the few girls that I was trying, because there wasn't a lot of good looking girls in my college.
Man,
the few girls I tried with, they wanted to be in a relationship, and I was like, all right.
You made it seem like I didn't even try. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Go ahead, continue the story.
Hot trainer, so it's like I've been wanting to hook up with her and blah, blah, blah. She had a boyfriend, and even the other trainers were trying to hook me up with her, but she was a good girl. Years later, I'm DJing, and Party Rock Monday.
Oh, of course.
So it's in the Cosmo, and we're about, and I'm like, finally, we're about to get to it.
Nah,
and then for what I don't know, she said something. It's always her, right? It's never you. It's always her. She said something that threw me off.
What did she say?
Something she said?
I need to know what she said. What did she say?
Yeah, what did she say?
There was something about it that I don't remember what she said, but there was something about it that turned me off. And I really can't think of what she would have said that turned me off, because it's one thing to be grossed out by someone saying. She didn't gross me out.
Was she drunk?
No, I think she showed some sort of insecurity that turned me off. And it wasn't like I could get turned off from shit like that. Like, you've seen hot girls in front of me and me be turned off by that.
Yeah, 100%. Just they just sloppy and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And passed on that shit. But so I had to rally the troops. So I had to we stopped, and I had to get the troops together. So we started talking, and I'm just like, whatever I had to do in my head while I'm talking to her to just get things going. It's like, all right, let's go. Finally. And we got to it, and that was it. It took a lot. I had a lot of work to do. And this was before a DJ said I had a lot.
You were in the club trying to get yourself to
in the club. Yeah, this before he said.
Before the DJ set.
Yeah. Before the set.
Oh, you were taking it down before the DJ set.
Before the DJ set. Yeah.
But
had to clear his
but
mind.
where did you gather the crew?
Mentally I had to just because we're like under the covers and talking. At this point, we're just talking now. We both feel a little awkward.
Yeah.
So we're just talking.
Yeah,
so
naked.
I'm just like, I'm just trying to, whatever it takes to get aroused to have sex with her.
Oh my God.
And the more we kept talking, I was like, all right, cool, and she wasn't like, these girls on Instagram that are teasing, and she wasn't that type of girl. She was like a good girl that was a little behind in regards to what girls do on Instagram to get likes and tease it with pics and whatever. But so whatever happened, it worked, and it went down, and I was just, I don't know. That was that.
Jeez.
But it took a lot. It was a mission.
Congratulations, Joe.
I want to know what you thought about.
I want to know what
Actually,
she said.
I don't know. I don't want.
In case I run into that, right? Research,
Come on, baby.
research.
I'm trying to get home. Baby. I'm on third base. I gotta get home.
Yeah,
baby.
we so close. We so close.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, what Doc Rivers said about fucking Ben Simmons. Yo, he was like he is on the path of becoming defensive player of the year. At times, he just swallows players.
Oh my god.
Yo, you know the internet had a field day with that
Missed
shit.
the mark on that one, buddy.
Ben's just sitting in the corner. Come on.
He caught a whole clip as a stray. It wasn't just one stray. It was the whole clip.
Why he had to say it like that, bro? I was so fucking weak. I was like, oh my
Ben
god.
Simmons, you had 5 blocks and 7 steals today. Would you say you swallowed them this evening?
Yo, it's a wrap for Ben, bro.
Would that be classified as swallowing?
He's gonna stop playing defense for the rest of the season, bro.
Just let them penetrate.
All right.
Yo, it's over, bro. This is how you know we need to end this fucking podcast.
Look, and Doc River, look, he ain't no spring. I mean, like he ain't. It's not like he was born in 1920. Like you might not understand what the like. He knows. He's in 90s. You couldn't say swallow like that. You couldn't throw it around
Rivers says
loosely
no
like that.
cap. Okay, like
He's got a son
He
that's
uses no
hip.
cap
Like,
somewhere.
Oh man, bro.
come on, man.
and no one, not even the corniest white dudes, say swallows. Like the commentators.
His daughter
and-
dates Seth Curry, right?
I didn't
Yes,
even know he had a
married.
daughter.
Yeah. Oh, they married.
Doc Rivers' daughter.
They did get married.
Yes,
Right.
Wow.
which is, but she was Paul George's ex.
Damn, these girls be getting
Which is a weird
passed around
dynamic.
the league.
Okay. That's complicated. That's
Was
complicated.
it Paul George's ex?
One of these motherfuckers in the league.
Well,
Pandemic P.
I'm sure we're all Eskimo brothers with a few NBA players
I'm
and
not.
football players.
Oh,
Sure. I am
Yeah,
actually.
baseball
you know
players
what
too.
girl? You know what girl?
Oh man, hey, I don't know.
You know
I
what
don't
girl?
know.
Nope. I don't know who what.
I don't know.
In the past.
No,
not,
you.
Not,
I'm not saying
my
you
wife.
hooked up with her. No, you guys
No, no,
didn't
no,
hook
no,
up.
no,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
you.
I'm saying-
you know what girl that I am referring to.
Oh yeah. I'm not.
Oh, you have an
I'm not
idea.
Eskimo brothers with any of
She's your
them
fucking
because
super
of my
network.
wife, but girls that I've been with in the past. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right.
Shout out P.
Shout out to Vegas. I mean, you know,
The
where
city.
else? Where else?
The city.
Where else? All right, moving on. Globalization mixes. We just had JD, DJ JD, remix
Shout out to
report.
JD.
That's what it was called.
Remix
When-
report.
when
That's
he had-
right. I
With Jay
remember
Spring.
that. Jay
Yeah.
Spring.
But he dropped a set for us on Globalization. Dope set. Shout out to him. And up next, we got
Marvel.
DJ Marvel.
Ear.
Yeah, Vancouver's own. Homie Depot.
The homie Depot.
What's the name of his Twitch stream? What's it called?
The stream team.
Stream Team.
And it's
Yeah.
branded like the Dream Team.
Yeah.
So clever.
Dope
that
clips
guy.
on
Such
Instagram.
a clever guy.
But yeah, so look out for him. You know, he's got a ton of edits. So
Marvel's a dope ass DJ, so I'm excited for that mix.
he is. Yeah, so we are out of here.
Peace.